In this episode of Linux Tips, we're going to talk about desktop wallpapers. Feel free to follow me in my social medias and my blog posts at canbauer.me. So, good morning from here in Mexico, and welcome to another Linux Tips. I used to use this package called Variety for desktop configuration, the wallpaper, and I moved away from it for a few reasons I'll get to in a second. And I just moved to regular Plasma, the default setup. So let me just go through that quickly, and I'll tell you why. So here we are. This is the default wallpaper setup, is where it's a folder view. So you got your mess of files on the desktop, and I never like that in any operating system. So the first thing I do in a new Plasma installation is I switch to desktop view, and it's set to picture the day. We'll just switch it back to some, say, plain color. We'll apply that. So this is what it may look like in the default, but you might have something else. So what I like to do is, and you can do this on each monitor individually. So if you right click, go to configure desktop and wallpaper on each of your monitors. If you're using multiple monitors, you can have a separate setup for your wallpaper. And so what I like to use is picture of the day, and I love the flicker picture of the day, and I'm just going to apply that. And there you go. We've got the flicker picture of the day. You can choose others. Other ones I do like is, I like the Bing. I mean, I don't like it for search so much, but it's a nice picture of the day. And let's say weather satellite, I think, is pretty cool if it comes up. I haven't used this in a while. It doesn't want to come up, so I'm just going to be impatient and switch to unsplash. That's an option. There you go. Or astronomy from NASA. So that's one I use. So I'm actually in a 3-monitor setup. I've got Bing on the left, Flickr in the middle, and then astronomy on the right. So I'm just going to switch this back to Flickr. There we go. And then I will quickly bring back the wallpapers. So that's the KDE Plasma. You can find other wallpapers and just use regular static background wallpapers. That's fine too. And then Variety is the other one I used to use. So you could use this on any other Linux setup and install it. I think I have it installed here, so let me just run it and see if it runs. Coming up as an icon in my desktop. And so this is the Variety preferences. You can choose different. One thing that's cool about Variety is you can choose a lot of different sources, and there's patterns to say choose from. This is from the Flickr profile of the person who wrote this software. And you could choose a bunch, and you could choose multiple ones and then have it automatically switching every X minutes or hours or whatever. And then go from a variety of sources, which is kind of cool. The only thing I didn't like about Variety is it wasn't trivial and just painful to set up to use separate configurations on separate monitors. So that's why I didn't like it and I stopped using it. So that's about all I got for today for Linux Tips. If you've got any suggestions of things you'd like to see, drop them down there in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe and all that fun YouTube stuff. And thank you for listening to me.